Hey guys, good morning. Happy Friday. Happy Black Friday. It's Daryl here. It is 5 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. It's going to be a busy day. I got a lot of stuff to do. This is the time of year where I sell most of my paintings, and I have people that kind of retain me to do paintings for them. And I have to meet with them, and it's a busy time, but that's good. All right, what I want to talk about, I featured a video on my community page today. It's a musician. I don't think there's names included. I couldn't find the name of this man. It's an African American man in Paris, France. Like I say in my community page, I usually talk about the United States, but I want to talk about this because I think it gives us some good. It gives us an objective view, but I'll get to that in a second. All right, the video, like I said, you'll find it on my community page, and it's a musician, an African-American musician entering his studio in Paris, France, and three Parisian policemen, gendarmes. I actually spoke French. My mother spoke French before she spoke English. But anyway, push him into his studio, and then proceed to assault him with those little, I forgot what they were called. They're called truncheons. And at the end of the video, they realize there's cameras, and they screw. All right. Let me talk about this video just a little bit. I thought about it long and hard for a while. First of all, my first thought is when I see a video like this, I react. I feel for the person getting on the rough end of this, and I always wonder. There's people that don't have. There's people that are. I have to watch my language as usual. There are people that are discriminatory. That's a nice way to put it. There's people that turn a blind eye to this kind of action, and then there's people that just see this as unacceptable. And I've always wondered how people can turn a blind eye to this, or how people can make excuses for it, or I just don't understand that. When I watch this, I feel for that person. I don't know if it's experiences I've had in my life. Back when I was on the wrong side of the law and everything, using substances and whatnot, I more than a couple times I was roughed up, and me and my friends, and that's putting it very lightly, by police, for no good reason other than I had a problem, and maybe that's part of it. And then they did this, and then because they knew that I couldn't report it, being an addict. Sometimes I wonder if that's why I have empathy. I don't know. I really wonder how some people can look at this, because I always put myself in that person's place, or even worse, I'll picture that could be my one of my family members or friends or whatever. And immediately I feel for these people, and I always wonder why other people are okay with this. But anyway, the point I want to make is I thought about this video long and hard, and it was interesting because I don't mean to be insulting when I say interesting. I mean, it's horrifying, but I think it gave me an objective view, because for the last 8 months, it's been happening here. And I've always wondered how that looks, people's reactions. I'm sure, they're negative and bad reactions from the rest of the world. But this kind of gives me and other Americans an opportunity to see it in another country. And how do I feel about that? I think, the bottom line is, it would make me scared. It would make me scared to go to Paris. And like I said, this goes back to the empathy thing. That's why I brought it up. Some people would look at that video and go, well, that man's a different color than me. I'm not scared. It'll never happen to me. And that's what I don't understand. Because when I see that video, I would be I would be concerned, if not frightened, to go to Paris, because you see this, and my opinion, my in my head, it's always, if it can happen to this person, it can and will eventually happen to other people. Just because this person's skin is a different color, doesn't mean that the next time it won't be for another reason. And I think about how, I'm just one person, but this affects the country overall. And then you think about all the incidents that happened here in America and how we want to get our economy going again. And I'm sure tourism is a huge part of our industry. And I know because of the epidemic right now, or the pandemic, it's tourism isn't really going to be a thing for a while. But still, even investing, I think watching, to me personally, when I watch this, it gives me the idea that these Parisian officers are corrupt, are lawless, and that gives you an overview of the city overall. And I know I'm generalizing, but that, honestly, that's what goes through my head. I was trying to think, when I see it in another country, what goes through my head when I see that? Because I do that because I want to know what other countries are thinking when they see all these incidents in the last year, in the last 10 years, 20 years, going on here in America. What's going through their heads, the other countries of the world, when they see what's happening here and how we're dealing with it, and how it will affect their investing in the United States, their tourism to the United States, their overall view of the United States. I know Trump and his supporters had this America first, America by ourselves stuff, and I most certainly am not a proponent of that. But it was just, and I'm not putting Paris or France down, but it was just, I just wanted to, it was good for me to see how I felt watching that happen in another country, to try to get an understanding of how other countries view us with all this stuff they see going on here. And it's not good. It's not good by any means. I know a lot of people are going to watch this video, and there's going to be people like me that are just horrified. And I get anxious watching it. I'm like, what would I do if I was this guy? Oh my God, and I almost get panicky watching it. And then there's other people that would just watch that and figure this guy must have done something before the video started, or, hey, that'll never be me because I got a different skin color. So, you probably deserved it. And I just don't, I don't understand that. But, and lastly, I think it shows that this isn't a problem just in the United States. Racism and police. Like I said, I have to watch my words, but these situations aren't exclusive to the United States. So, just some thoughts today. You guys have a great Black Friday. I'll be back later with another video.